Hey all, it's Joe here, and through my last few weeks of playing Pokken, I've spotted a unique 5 moves that seem a little bit OP in my opinion. Of course, these aren't game breaking, but they're some of the best in my opinion. To start off, I'm going to say that Mirror Coat is extremely stinking powerful. Now, this is an anti-zoner move that completely beats out almost all ranged projectiles by blocking them and then shooting your own beam back, but it doesn't beat out beams. But against anything else, it beats out a lot of stuff in the dual phase and the field phase. Now, this move does an insane amount of damage if you, of course, do counter the enemy's projectile, and it'll just chunk them hardcore if you get a few of these things off. Now, in general, this move is very matchup dependent, so isn't always OP, but versus about half of the cast or more, it completely counters their playstyle and allows for you to play defensively instead of the enemy, which is super good. For Blaze Kick, I just hate how safe it feels. It most often breaks most counters, attacks, grabs, and for the most part pretty much just has to be shielded, and even from there it's very hard to punish even if you shield the attack. The thing is just so fast, it goes so far, doesn't have that much lag, and does so much stinking damage, and when you add this to the fact that it also is an amazing combo tool that adds up to combos that do about half the enemy's HP, well, let's just say the enemy's gonna have a bad time if you know what I mean. Normally I'd say that close combat by Machamp isn't really that OP at all. I mean, it's slow to start, and it can be kind of dodged pretty easily. It does have one of the best damage outputs, but still by itself it has quite a bit of counterplay, which is nice. Now, the thing I hate about this is that you can go up Y into Y again, or up Y into down A as Machamp, and you get a free close combat off an extremely quick punish move. These two things together do as much damage as Nintendo did damage to the Wii U sales by calling it a Wii, which is, you know, quite a bit. Up Y close combat is just so stinking good, and also since you can combo that off of your jump X, well, let's just say that makes it even stinking better. AX, otherwise known as the Shadow Mewtwo Shadow Tornado, is something I feel like is very OP, but I actually almost never see it used, and I can't really point out to why. So why is it so good? Well, it's a counter type move that dodges most grabs after the first few frames, and after that it beats out pretty much everything in the entire game, even Overheat. The damage from this move is ridiculous for how safe it is, and if the enemy happens to shield the Shadow Tornado, then you can go straight for an up A to counter any opposing attacks or grabs, or you can just go into your burst mode and push the opponent away, giving them no chance to get any damage on you or to punish you for using your Shadow Tornado. Any way you look at it though, this thing is just one of the best. Finally, even though I said Shadow Mewtwo's AX beat this, I gotta give Overheat the #1 spot. Its damage is so much more than almost any other move in the game, it counters almost every option in the game, it's pretty fast, and the negative effects can be taken away pretty quickly if you just have a healing support, and those can be used actually quite often, so you can use this move quite often. With this, the enemy trainer also has to worry all the time about your presence, and this is really good as it makes it really hard to approach a Chandelure, which synergizes great with Chandelure's spacing playstyle, just makes the character a lot better. In the end, I've taken way too many overheats to the face, and I've got a little bit of a salt mine built up from this move. And that's all. Now, I know that this video is very biased to whatever I say, but I just kind of wanted to give you all my own opinions / a bit of my frustrations, you know, get them out there. With all that in mind though, tell me what you find a little bit OP in Pokken. And by the way, I know that you can beat all these moves, but still, they're pretty hard to. Anyways, thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll be seeing you all in the next Pokken Top 5.